People are just getting right the way and they don't want to move. So let's see what we got here. None of this stuff is going to be any good. There's some ISO 100 diamondized whey protein here. I mean, for some of you athletes, that may work for you. Let's check it out real quick. It's 60 bucks for it, and let's check it out. Whey isolate, cocoa powder, soy lectin. I mean, overall, it's not that bad. But you have to look at the amount of protein per serving that you're getting out of it. That's what you got to look at as well. The soy lectin is what concerns me. I don't want anything with soy in it. But overall, that's pretty clean product, surprisingly. Again, those sparkling water ice drinks got aspartame in it, so unless you don't want artificial sweetener, it's not something that's going to be good for you. We don't need to get into all the appliances and stuff unless you want to. You guys want to look at like Fitbits and stuff like that if you want to do your tracking and things of that nature. Some of the keto groups, they have like Fitbit trackers. The one that I have is kind of like this one here, the Fitbit Versa. But hey, Doc, how are you? But we're not going to get into all that. Let's just go look at the food. That's what you guys are here for, right? Or you want me to tell you about the deals too? We can do that as well. Now hold up here. Wait a second. Hey, if you haven't jumped on my Facebook, Doc, can you go on there and go to my main page? You can see where I just asked people for help on one of my later videos and actually write your testimony with keto. I'm doing a speaking seminar, a series of speaking seminars and stuff. Hey, G. If you guys haven't been on there on my personal Facebook page and you've seen my big, long, drawn-up blog or whatever on the new scientific study that I posted, and I actually wrote up a big, giant, post on it and how basically medical and poor science has been killing us slowly. Maria Emmerich came by and looked. There's been over like 6,000 people in the last 24 hours that have viewed the article that I posted. So if you guys could go by my personal Facebook page and actually go on my page and actually type up just something brief about your journey and how keto has helped you. I've got like a dozen different doctors posted to it. Maria Emmerich came by. I posted Dr. Berry to it, Dr. Saladino to it. So I just need more testimonies. A lot of people have come by and they talked about their keto journey and stuff like that, which has been amazing because now all these people get to see what's going on. And my friends and family get to see what's going on as well. I want that so bad. Oh man, I want that. I've been wanting that for a while, but keep putting it off. No, I don't think so. I found the same Instapot on Amazon for like 90 bucks. So I was gonna get it, but this is not gonna work. I want to get some of this stuff so bad too. I want to put it in the kitchen. I want to actually turn my kitchen into like a garage style atmosphere and have all my my seasonings and sauces and stuff like that all in these stainless steel cabinets right here. They're cheaper than regular cabinets and they're way cooler. Oh, this is really cool. Oh man, that's cool. Look at those dishes for the holidays. That's awesome. I love those. Man, not a bad price either. Oh, you want the red coffee maker right there. You want one of these things? I don't know. I think these are kind of cool, but what do you... It's got a little oven to it. It's got a little fryer on the top of it. And then it's got your coffee pot over here on the side. It's cheap too. I mean, it ain't bad for the Nostalgia Electronics. 50 bucks for that. Oh, you don't want the whole thing. Nah. Oh, let's see here. Let's keep walking. I came here for a big giant container of sugar-free or no sugar added ketchup because I'm going to make a big giant like gallon batch of my Fat Fire barbecue sauce tonight. Look at these Pyrex dishes and stuff too. Oh wait, look at this. That's an awesome price for this. Look at this cooker right here. Look at this big giant cooker. The Instapot was $129.99, and this is better, and it has more gadgets to it, and probably has even more wattage, and it's 70 bucks. It does the same darn thing. That's why I don't really like getting name brand stuff too much, because name brand stuff, eventually the cheaper stuff, they end up catching on to the quality, and they end up being just as good. Let's look at all this stuff down here. You got these little mini air fryers, like this little Dash air fryer right here. Oh, there's a lot of kitchen stuff here. You just have to walk through it and see everything. Sometimes they have more, sometimes they have less. They have to make accommodation for whatever season it is. I find that Sam's Club on everything else, I don't like Sam's Club as much as I like Costco, to be 100% honest with you. It seems like Costco has better deals with their meat and stuff like that, and they have better deals and stuff with their appliances, things of that nature. Hey Deb, nice to see y'all. I appreciate y'all being here. I really do. Here's an indoor smokeless grill. It's a lot more than what I paid for mine. I got mine on sale. It was down from $99.99 to $49.99, and I love it. Here's that little emulsion kit deal here. It comes with the Ninja Foodie is the best. I would say it's the best device for total operation. But again, you also have to remember, the more things that you have in one, the more things that you have to go bad as well. It's the same way in the car world. That's exactly how we explain it to people. Oh, you want all the bells and whistles all in one, but you're going to have more problems all in one. Let's see what this one is. Oven, power air fryer. Oh, this thing is huge. That ain't really that big though. They talking about putting a turkey in there, man. That thing is not that big. I would not pay $140 for that. You are out of your dog-loving mind. There ain't no way I'd pay $140 for that thing. There ain't no way. Let's look at their Keurigs down here as well. $119 for the Ninja hot cold brew system. I love the cold brew stuff. They got the cold brew thing already set up. Man, that thing's kind of cool. Actually, you get cold brew and you can get hot out of that. I never drink hot coffee again. After I figured out the amount of acidity in hot coffee, there's no way I would ever do that. I'm just not a fan of hot coffee no more. I get a really good, smooth quality cold brew coffee that doesn't have no acidity to it, and then I heat it up in the microwave if I want some bulletproof coffee, and then I make my bulletproof coffee out of that. I don't take it straight from the bean anymore, because that's when you actually start getting that little acidity effect that actually starts slowly tearing away at your stomach. And it's actually smoother and easier to drink cold brew than it is hot coffee. So I can heat the cold brew up after it's been extracted from the bean, and then make my bulletproof coffee out of that, and I have less acid in it. I put it up on my personal page. If you go on my personal public page or whatever, not my personal, my public keto page that I share with everybody, that all the keto groups share from, you'll find out how I do it. I did it right on there. I even think I put a video on here about it. Let's see here. Let's go down the freezer aisle over here. As we're looking at this here, the turkey burgers might be okay, but they're awfully lean, so they're going to leave you very hungry. You have to add some fat to it. The barbecue sauce on those rib bites ain't going to be any good. All that stuff. The only thing that I would get is probably that grilled chicken breast fillets. Up top up there. It's probably those would probably be okay. And then those are all breaded. Those are all breaded. And then the steelhead trout down there. There's steelhead trout. That would be okay. That would be awesome. Let's go walk down to the last aisle and start that way. And I will show y'all. No pizzas, no Fiesta pack, no dynamite shrimp, no none of this stuff. None of this stuff. The fruit's not gonna work. It's probably got other types of real sugary stuff in there. Oh, look at this. Bam. Look at that ginormous bag of rice cauliflower right there for $7.98. Holy moly. That's like humongous. 3 pounds of rice cauliflower. That's pretty darn good. That is a yes. Let's go down here. Well, welcome. I'm glad you caught me live. Smoking Red Ring. Let's see these wings. Oven roasted wings. As long as there's no sauce, they're okay, or no breading. Chicken wings, fully cooked, extra large. Probably no sauce on them at all. They might be all right. Nope. Rice flour. No good. Got rice flour. Melted extra. Nope. None of this is any good. Chicken patties are no good. These Dyson nuggets are no good. The strips are no good. Whole grain nuggets no good. Any of this breaded chicken is no good here. 10% broth and salt. So it's got the ingredients right on the front of it. These are not breaded, so these would be okay. The Tyson chicken wings would be okay. None of that's breaded. The tenderloins are good. It looks like that's just grilled chicken breast fillet with rib meat. That should be okay too, as long as there's no breading and sauce on it. Yeah, all this is breaded. This ain't gonna be any good. You got Cornish hens up there. That would be phenomenal if you're trying to make like a pull-apart meal. You're trying to make some like homemade barbecue sauce pull-apart hens. That'd be awesome. Chicken breast. All this stuff would be okay. Again, prices are. You're gonna pay when you come here. You're gonna walk out with a couple $100 bill probably. The strips, the breast strips will be okay, but the seasoned stuff up here is not going to be okay. So any of these, the thigh portions down here would be okay. The breast up here would be okay. Remember, you're going to add fat to all that stuff, because if you don't add fat to it, the issue with chicken is you can eat chicken now, but 3 hours later you're hungry again. It just doesn't have enough fat content to it. On any of these breasts here would be okay. Boneless, skinless. I wouldn't get the skinless stuff, because the skin is actually part of what, you know, helps your joints and your digestive tract and stuff heal properly. This must be like their newer line here, Tyson's newer line, because this is like the no antibiotic ever, 100% natural thing that they have going on now. These Angus chop patties are going to be okay. And we got 75% ground beef chubs. $500? No, I would pass out. There's no way. But I don't have a family, so I mean, it's just me and the pup. No girlfriend, no wife, no nothing like that. It's just me and the pup, so I ain't got to worry about any of that. The girl I was just dating, we kind of split up. She just didn't have anything to really offer a relationship at all. Not working, at home with her parents, no job, no car, no nothing. And I was like, man, this is taxing on me. I can't keep doing this. So back to me and myself. No more expensive dinners and outings all the time. So the beef patties up here are going to be good. Let's see what this is over here. These are beef patties. Yeah, just beef. That's all that's in these. So these you don't have to worry about. And the prices on them, the Angus beef patties are $18.99, and the sirloin beef patties are $19.98. This would be all right, but you don't know if this is that process or like that highly pasteurized cheese. It's almost like plastic that they put in there, or you don't know what's in these. If it's just regular cheddar cheese, it would be fine. Let's see what kind of ingredients they have in here. I mean, overall, if you're looking at something that's really trying to stick out, nothing sticks out like a sore thumb. I mean, it ain't super clean. They got a lot of additive in there, except for that sugar right there. They got a little sugar in it, but it ain't gonna be that bad by the time you cook it down. I would say this could be okay if you were looking, but I would probably make my own at home. I wouldn't. The carb count and stuff on these beef franks and these other hot dogs and stuff like that. Let's see. Let's see what the ingredients in here are. I mean, these are actually clean. If you look at these franks compared to other franks, I mean, it's got some stuff in there, but it ain't that bad. That sorbitol will be a little bit what I'm worried about, the sorbitol. But if you actually look at carb count per serving on these is only 1 carb. I mean, that's the lowest I've seen out of any hot dog so far. Seasoned beef patties. These are the Members Mark ones. I don't know. Anytime I see seed oils and stuff, I tend not to even get it. I don't do seed oils. Seed oils are very inflammatory. No added MSG. Let's check and see what these are all about. Yeah, again, not super crazy about the sorbitol added to it and stuff like that, but actually if you look at it overall, it ain't that big a deal. I mean, it's a pretty decent price, and it wouldn't be that bad if you wanted some hot dogs. But if you're on like a strict keto diet, like I kind of do everything strict. Every once in a while I'll throw some different type of keto stuff in there just to mix it up. I will, but on that, nah, I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't go that route. Let's see. Let's keep walking here. Try to find all the condiments and stuff like that as well while we're here. Go to this next aisle. I don't know if y'all Sam's Club looks the same as this one or not. I hope it does, because then the layout's easier that way. And none of that corn stuff. No carrots. No peas. No. None of the pizza. None of this pizza stuff is gonna work. The steelhead trout right there will work. Wild caught salmon will work. The ahi tuna will work. Catfish fillets will work. The tilapia will work. But again, snow crab will work. What you want is this wild Pacific caught stuff. If it's wild caught and it's not farm raised, it's better. Wild Pacific cod loins. If it's wild caught, not just wild, but wild caught, it has to be. Flounder, any of this fish stuff will be good, but the breaded stuff is not going to be okay. The Gulf shrimp will be okay. The bag shrimp with no breading will be okay. Any of the cooked shrimp and stuff will be okay. This bacon would even be okay if you really wanted it. It's got really low ingredient list to it. It does have sugar at list, but I wouldn't consume it if you're on a strict keto diet. But it ain't gonna do nothing. Just like Dr. Berry says, you ain't, for that little bit that's in that little bacon or whatever, it ain't gonna really affect you. You'll be all right. Just be careful with the high, like bacons that would be like hickory and apple and all that other stuff. You don't want none of that. Blueberries, that's a go. These are cherries. I mean, I think cherries can fit, but they're not really keto. But if you look at it, there's a lot of people actually make it fit and still stay under their 20 carb count for the day. You know, at the end of the day, just like Dr. Eric Westman says, when you're looking at what is the most critical part of your macro, it's keeping your total 20 and under. no matter what style keto you do, no matter if you're strict, you're dirty, or loose, whatever it is, as long as you're keeping your carbohydrates under 20 total, that's where the max effect for keto comes from. And then everything else starts to fall in after that. I was having a discussion in another group. A guy asked me, he was the creator of a group, he asked me, he said, hey, will you come on my group? You seem like a good fit for my group. Maybe you can help some people or whatever. And I said, sure. So the berries and stuff are good. The watermelons, the mango and stuff like this, none of that stuff's gonna be any good. These meatballs are probably gonna be no good. They got way too much carb count to them. Hush puppies, no good. Any of these dinner rolls and stuff, no good. That ain't keto. Onion rings, no good. Fries, none of that stuff is applying. But I went over there and I was having a conversation with these other people, and they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna go get this Slim Fast stuff. And I said, why would you buy the Slim Fast product knowing that there's only 1 out of the 5 products that are actually keto like approved? And they said, yeah, well, you know, because that one is keto approved. And I said, no, boycott them. If Slim Fast wants to, that's the first time my phone ever disconnected. You know, they have like 5 products out right now that talk about this is keto, this is keto. Only 1 out of the very 5 are actually keto. The sausages and stuff, you can do sausages, but you got to be careful with the sugar content and what's in them. You got to really pay attention to that. The pickles over here, these Clausen pickles are my very, very favorite pickles. I love Clausen over all the other ones. I do not. Clausen is the best for me. These brats, I've done these brats and stuff before. You just got to be careful because of sugar content and how they're cured. You can even get this chopped ham and slice it up for yourself. Just remember, total carbs 20. Let's see this here. What is corn syrup? Is the very first ingredient. Oh no, beef, water, and corn syrup. I will pass. It's a definite no-go right out the gate. If you have negative ingredients, the first few ingredients of it, pass. It ain't no good. Any of this sliced roast beef and these turkey, you know, sticks and stuff like that, they can actually apply. You just have to, again, be cognizant of your carb count. And these have dextrose and stuff in them. They're actually, the pepperoni slices are cured with different types of things. They're all like that. String cheese is okay. Any of these Kraft singles and stuff is junk. You're gonna want to get a good quality block cheese like this. Any of the block cheese is good. The shredded cheese is all right, but remember, anti-caking agents. Some people are sensitive to that stuff, but most people can't actually have shredded cheese, and anti-caking agents don't bother them. Any of the sliced cheese and stuff down here, that's all pasteurized cheese. It's like almost like plastic. If you burn it, you'll see that it don't even burn right. It actually rolls up and don't melt. But again, if you had it, you probably wouldn't do any kind of serious damage. It just means you're not serious about your health journey yet. I mean, that's kind of what it comes down to. People that do lazy keto are not very serious about their health journey. They're just trying to lose some weight and get by for right now until they can get to a better spot in their life where they can actually start being serious. That's kind of what lazy keto is, not tracking. Dirty keto is where you just eat whatever you want. I mean, just as long as the carb count fits and it don't matter what's in it, that's dirty keto. Lazy keto is just making sure you're keto, kind of in your ballpark with your carbs, but you ain't counting anything else. None of these breads are going to be okay. None of them. Let's see. Now, somebody asked me the other day if they could have Ready Whip. You can have it, but look what's in it. I mean, some of these have different types of sugar additives and, you know, vegetable glycerins and stuff like that as carriers for it. Let's see what's in this. Water, sugar, corn syrup. Let's look at super low carb count, but it's got a lot of stuff in there. It's got stuff in there that we don't necessarily want. It's not even like considered dirty anymore. At this point, it's considered not very healthy for us. But some people want them anyway. You can use the bacon. Here's the restaurant style bacon here. Let's see. You get 10 pounds of bacon for $37.58. I can go down here to my butcher and get 10 pounds of bacon for $19.99. Yeah, but that Ready Whip, that unsweetened Ready Whip, probably still has corn syrup in it. It ain't that great. Look at the label, yeah, for everything. Every single thing that you touch. Now, over here, any of these natural cheeses, like I have made an exception for, like, in a pinch. I've came here and got these like little ham roll-up, cheese roll-up deals. And, you know, I know the ham or the pepperoni, the salami that's in them is cured and it's probably got a little bit of sugar or something to it. I'm not a Nazi when it comes to that. Every time I turn around, I try to see, at this point in my life, when I'm busy and I'm about to start doing my speaking seminars and stuff like that, I probably am going to make choices where I have a little bit of sugar that's cured with my meat sometimes, just because I ain't like that. I'm not going to look at every single product and see that it's got a gram or two of sugar in it. I'd rather see the label as sugar than dextrose or maltodextrin. If it just says sugar, 1 gram or 2 grams, I'm probably going to buy it. I don't have a problem with that. Sugar is half the GI index of maltodextrin and almost dextrose. Remember nightshades, oxalates, be careful here. This can fit. You can actually use this salsa, but you got to be careful. Ingredient wise, tomato, onion, jalapeno, cilantro, garlic, water, phosphoric acid, salt, contains less than 1% of lemon juice, almond oil, lactic acid, xanthan color. So this is not a bad salsa right here. This is actually a really clean salsa. There's not a lot of anything in here. It's just mainly all vegetables and stuff like that. They add some acidity stabilizer and stuff like that, but this is not that bad right here. So if you were going to consume something and you came to get the Members Mark Fresh Salsa, this wouldn't be a big deal. But remember, if you're a person that has chronic inflammation and stuff like that, digestive issues, if you're a person that's easily inflamed by nightshade vegetables, you're going to probably want to stay away from that. Any of this stuff over here is highly processed. It's no good. Any cheese over there, same thing. That's no good. Any of the bread, no good. Most of the stuff in the store, no good. As long as there's nothing added to these are normally fine. The roast beefs, the sliced tenderloins and stuff like that. As long as you don't have additives to it, you're okay. But once you start getting heavy in the sugar, none of this stuff is going to be any good over here. These pudding cups, the cranberry almond chicken salads, this is all pastas and stuff, no good. Let's check this pesto out real quick. If you want a pesto and you want to come here, canola oil, sunflower oil, I wouldn't. I mean, it's not that bad, but I wouldn't buy this. Just for the simple fact it's got canola and sunflower oil in it. I don't do seed oils. They make me really sick, and canola oil does not deal with me very well. Digestively, I have a lot of problems. I'll get diarrhea right away and stuff. I don't like canola oil at all. The cube cheese is fine. The string cheese is fine. The shaved Parmesan cheese is fine. The grated Parmesan cheese is going to be okay. Any of the Tillamook stuff in the block is going to be okay. Yeah, you're right. Pesto is really easy. Any of the solid cheeses are going to be okay. And even these sausages and stuff, sometimes I will make an exception for these, but you got to be careful what you're getting. You know, turbinado sugar. Turbinado sugar is listed as like a healthier sugar. It's not. It's not healthy at all. So 1 gram. It's really low in sugar. If you had this and you stuck to the serving and you didn't overdo it, you would be fine. But I don't like that turbinado sugar that's in there. I don't really like sugar in general. See these here? I've come up here and I've got these before, but you know their process. You know they're cured with some kind of sugar or something like that. As long as it's not like a dextrose or a maltodextrin, it just says regular sugar on it. Sometimes I make an exception because it's really, really, really low sugar. Any of the lunch meat here, it can be okay, but remember this is processed lunch meat, so you kind of get what you want. Sometimes people have histamine reactions to this type of stuff. You never know what's going to happen when you eat it. The eggs. You could buy this large 15 dozen box over here for $20. You will probably be okay. I've been finding more lately that all this hype on you got to have the most fancy, most fresh, most organic eggs. I mean, I buy them. You know, I'll come here and I'll actually get this container of organic, cage-free, free-range, whatever eggs. I'll get them. But I won't. If there's nothing around, I'll get a regular dozen of eggs. I'm not going to sit here and sweat it like that because I haven't had any kind of reactions to it. But some people do have those kind of reactions to eggs in general that aren't, you know, that are just what do you call, that are just regular farm raised but caged eggs. I've never had a reaction to that kind of stuff, so I'm lucky in that department. Where other people, they have to be very careful with that. Any of this milk stuff is not okay. If I had milk, I would get Fairlife. I wouldn't get any of this stuff. If you made a choice to have a little bit of milk with your meal or something like that, I would get Fairlife milk because it has the lowest sugar content per serving, and they don't put no junk or anything in their milk. There's something else I wanted to show you guys over here. Here it is down here, I think. There's a grass-fed butter down here that you're not going to find anywhere else. Where's it at? So any of these dips and stuff like this, you're not going to be okay with any of this stuff. Just the salsa, that's it. And the cube cheese down here, that's going to be okay. And let me check the salsa. Tomatillos, asa avocados, water, jalapenos, cilantro, lime juice, sea salt, and garlic. Okay, this is good. This is actually perfect. No junk in here at all. This is 100% keto approved. No junk additives, no nothing. You're okay with this here. I want to buy this whole thing right now. Oh my God. I didn't know they had this. This is amazing. No junk, no nothing in here. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, here it is right here. You know, you can get the Kerrygold right here, but look at the price of it. The price of this little small tub of Kerrygold right here, they got is $8. I can go over here and buy grass-fed Finlandia with no additives, no junk, no nothing for $5. This is grass-fed butter. This is good stuff. I used it a couple weeks ago and it was phenomenal. It really had a nice flavor to it as well. Contains pasteurized cream, salt, and milk. That's it. I want it. I'm gonna get it. This brisket would probably be fine because it's only mesquite. Let's see what's inside here. Water, salt, sodium, black pepper, paprika, red pepper, and garlic powder. This would be fine. If you got this here, you would be okay with this. If you're carnivore and you're really strict, you're not going to be okay with that because a lot of carnivores do super strict eating. Remember, the sausages and stuff, be careful because you're going to find additives in those. Let's look at this dressing here. Let's look at this dressing. Canola oil, #1 ingredient. Put it down. No good. Junk. The pizzas are no good. You can't have any of that stuff. The lettuce you can, but I wouldn't have any of this lettuce because it doesn't offer any nutrient value at all. Wow, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Got all those different types of roast beef and ham and lunch meat and turkey. But again, oh no, I'm fine. I can't have that. Try to give me sushi. Any of these cheeses are all real cheeses over here. There's like imported cheeses. You got chèvre and goat cheese, Parmesan cheese, these olive kits. Most of these would all be fine. Just make sure there's no sugar in them because sometimes they do put sugar in them. Greek olive medley. Let's look here and see what we got. See what's in this. I mean, it's not bad, but again, it's got seed oil in it, and I don't like seed oil. Seed oil really doesn't sit well with me. Let's look at the tzatziki sauce. This is not bad, actually. Hey, tinfoil hat girl. I don't even know what Borson cheese is. This, if you got this right here, it wouldn't be terrible. There's not a lot of junk additives in here, so this is actually a pretty clean product. You just have to limit it because per, what is it, per 30 grams, I don't know what 30 grams comes out to in tablespoon wise. I don't do grams. It's 3 grams of carbs, sugar. So any of this brie, I think brie's okay. Yeah, bree's okay. There's nothing bad inside here. What do you mean I'm too Spanish? How do you say that? Why do you say that? Cheddar cheese, any of this stuff, this organic real cheddar cheese, any of this stuff is going to be good to go. You can use any of this cheese back here. All these cheeses back here are real cheeses. That's what they pride themselves in. That's why a lot of people, that's why all this stuff is super expensive back here. There's no junk in these cheeses. They're imported real cheeses. That's why the United States looks terrible when it comes to our cheese, because we put tons of junk in our cheese, and we don't really know how to make cheese like other countries do. Other countries know how to make cheese way better than we do. It tastes so much better. Here's the Dubliner. Any of this Kerrygold cheese is good, no problem at all. This is a really long aged cheese here. This is aged for 4 years. This block cheddar cheese, this black diamond cheddar cheese, it's aged for 4 years. This is amazing. Look at the right bacon. So these are double packs. Let's see what we got inside here. Salt, sugar, sodium phosphate, sodium erythrate, sodium nitrate. I would get this one. I would get this one over a dextrose one because it's just regular sugar. And it doesn't have a carb count per serving, which means it's super low. Well, you can do the veggie kits if you need something to snack on at work, but be careful with the peppers and the tomatoes for nightshade oxalates. Over here, this imitation crab is going to be no good. It's laden full of carbs. The premium crab meat. This is actually, I think this is real. This is real crab meat. Pasteurized, hand-picked using 100% real kinesthetic crabs that are North American, found in the crystal clear waters of Gulf of California and Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, this is real crab here. This is not the cheap stuff. That's why it's 0 carbs on here. So this is good. Premium lump crab meat. The salmon is good. Any of the, this is just, I think this is smoked. Some you can find the teriyaki. It doesn't have anything added to it. But this one is salmon, salt, yeast extract, dill vinegar, fish gelatin. I might not get this one actually. I would stick with just a regular smoked pulled salmon. Like this one here. It's got a little bit of sugar to it, but it's not enough to have a carb count. Again, I would rather it say sugar than dextrose or maltodextrin or something like that. So if I made an exception, I would make an exception for a sugar. You notice the ones that we've seen so far have the ones that say dextrose and maltodextrin, they actually have a carb count, but the ones that say sugar, they don't have a carb count. They're 0. Any of this fish is good. Oh, the meat department. Man, this is good. This lamb, any of this lamb rack is good. Lamb leg is good. Look at that prime rib over here too. This stuff is all good. Do you ever catch it on sale at Kroger? At full 47 a pound? Last time I got, there's like 38 pounds of it, and I spent less than $125 or whatever. I kept catching it on sale.
Here's a ribeye steak, buddy. Cowboy ribeye.
Any of this stuff is going to be good to go. A lot of people are going to tell you to get organic, grass-fed, this and that. I mean, you could get it, but let's see what this costs right here for this. For 3 pounds of this grass-fed ground beef, $17.98. For 3 pounds of this regular, what is this? This is 6 pounds. So for 6 pounds of this beef, it's the same price as the grass-fed beef. I'm gonna choose this. I want my money to go further. I know grass-fed's got some extra vitamins and short-chain fatty acids to it, but I'll pass. I'm not a person to just go based on content or on quality. I want content as well. And regular beef in general doesn't give me no problem, so I'm okay with that. This $9.99 a pound. This is $9.98 a pound for these ribeyes. I go to Kroger and I get them for $5 a pound, so they're almost half the price for the same. So I don't mind shopping at Sam's Club, but I do find better deals at Kroger when it comes to the meat. Any of this meat's going to be good. Stay out of all this bread and stuff out there. It's no good. Keep your hands off. There's ribeye roast. There's briskets and stuff over here in the middle. All this brisket and stuff all in here. All that stuff is good. All this chicken and stuff over here is good. Let's walk down here. These birthday cakes and all that stuff is junk. Stay away from all of it. I know. But I wish there was, Nona, because you'd see the prices are half of what this is here. Some of this kombucha and stuff you can have. You see these jars of kombucha and stuff right in here? You can have, but you got to be careful because there's a lot of sugar in some of them. You got a lot of veggies and stuff in here. Stay away from the grapes. You know, any kind of fruit that's outside of a berry, a green vegetable, something like that. You can have the peppers and onions and stuff in there, broccoli, florets. Any of this fruit stuff here, you got to stay away from. Any of this fruit stuff here, other than avocados in the middle, you're going to have to stay away from. Other than berries, again. Water, you can have all this stuff. Again, be careful with the Powerade Zero, because that Powerade Zero, it don't have a lot of electrolytes to it, actually. A lot of people think they're doing themselves some service by drinking it, but it's got sucralose in it to sweeten it, for one. And if you actually look at the amount of electrolytes that are in it, it's almost nothing. You're drinking almost pure flavored sucralose water. You could scoop up some dirt on the ground and throw it in your water, shake it up, and then filter the dirt back out and just get as much nutrient out of that dirt that you did out of that Powerade Zero. Any of these diet teas, you can make it work if you're doing like dirty keto or something like that, but for like clean, strict keto, that ain't gonna work for you. The diet soda and stuff, again, you guys remember my whole take on diet soda. Aspartame is made of methanol, aspartic acid, and phenylalanine. And a lot of people can't process phenylalanine because they got conditions like PKU and stuff like that, and they might make your anxiety and depression and stuff worse, things of that nature. Also, if you have, it can overexcite your neurological functioning and make your neurological system actually function a lot more than what it has to, like overdrive it. So there's an issue with different types of oh, look at that almond flour, the big giant of Redmond. That's a good price for that too. $11.71 for that big giant bag of superfine almond flour, and they're the best. Bob's Red Mill's the best brand out there. Organic virgin coconut oil, cold pressed. This would be fine. You can get this would be good. I would actually use this over an MCT oil, because you know what, I don't have any kind of mental problems or anything anymore, and I'm still going to get my MCTs out of coconut oil. It's going to take my body longer to break them down. It's not going to be an instant rush. That's what I don't get with all these doctors and stuff pushing MCT oil, because you're still going to get MCT oil anyway. It just takes a little bit longer. Now, if you're trying to fix a condition or trying to make a condition better, like, you know, Alzheimer's, dementia, something like that, where you actually have to have the medium chain triglycerides earlier or faster, sure, I could see that. But if you're just a person on a health journey trying to get healthy and you're not suffering from a mental condition or something in that nature, Coconut oil is just fine. You're going to get your MCTs anyway in the same form. It's just going to take a little bit longer to digest. There ain't no point in going out and buying all these extra MCT oils. Be careful with the nuts. See the nuts and stuff over here. Be careful with all these. Check your omega count because they're kind of inflammatory. Stay away from this frying oil, this Crisco. Let's see here. No peanut oil, no vegetable oil, no canola oil. Here's your extra virgin olive oil. This would be okay. The 100% pure olive oil for like dressings and stuff. If you don't want that real tart olive taste, then you go with just 100% pure olive oil and not extra virgin. Extra virgin is going to give you that real pure olive taste to it. Some people like it, some people don't. Here's an extra light flavor. This works too. Any of these olive oils right here work, but make sure you are using them as a salad dressing or you're an additive to something. Or if you're just going to do a light fry real quick and you're going to throw your stuff in there and you're just going to heat it up and get it out. But if you're going to actually fry something for minutes at a time, don't use olive oil, don't use avocado oil. Use a saturated fat of some kind, butter, coconut oil, something like that. Sam's Club doesn't have a clean mayonnaise like the other ones do. So a lot of these mayonnaises and stuff that they have here have canola oil and stuff in it. That's all hydrogenated, very inflammatory. So I don't buy them from here. I make my own. Any of this chicken breast stuff in here, the Vienna sausage. Some people can actually make the Vienna sausage stuff work. I don't do it because it's highly processed, so I don't buy it. Any of your tuna fish down there, salmon in the can, chicken breast is going to be okay. The pickles and stuff here are going to be okay. Ketchup. I need a sugar or no sugar added ketchup, and I don't think I'm going to find that here. That's what I'm looking for, no sugar added ketchup. Because I want to make a big, massive jar of my Fat Fire barbecue sauce tonight. I had a couple people try it, and they said, wow, dude, you got to bring me some more. We'll even pay you to make it. They like it better than the stuff you buy at the store. I've been telling you guys to try that barbecue sauce out. You'll like it, but people don't try it. And now people are starting to eat it, and they're like, man, why didn't I listen to you? I told you. I ain't lying about that stuff. You could do regular Mount Olives crunchy crisp ones as long as they're not sweet. Pickled okra and stuff should be fine. Olives will be okay. Any of these ones? Oh. You got to be careful with any of these dressings here with the olive oil, canola oil, and stuff like that. Olive oil ones you can find, but canola oil ones, vegetable oil, soy oil ones, none of that stuff's going to be any good. If you come over here and get this ranch dressing, you'll see right on the back of it as soon as you turn it around. A lot of people use this ranch dressing I see in their videos when they're making their meals and stuff. But if you look in the ingredients, maltodextrin, the very first ingredient, no good. This is 105 to 115 on the GI index, and we're putting that in our seasoning. Why? It's twice as bad as regular table sugar. None of these dressings are going to work. They're all kind of like, they're not great at all. They're terrible, and none of this cheddar cheese stuff is going to work. Some of the salsa can. The jarred asparagus can, the mushrooms can, the jalapenos can. Most of this jarred nigger stuff can. Olive salad, it's really, really low in a carb count for like, well, I take it back. They actually have 5 grams of carbs per tablespoon. This is not the regular olive salad that I'm used to my mother making because she don't have all that junk in there. This actually a pretty high carb count for that. Just that 1 tablespoon, you got 5 carbs. That's crazy. These artichokes they have tons of carbs in them. Any of the cereal, none of these Pop-Tarts are going to work. None of these granola bars, none of this stuff is going to work. All of it's junk. None of this. None of the Nutella. No honey, no none of that. That peanut butter and stuff down there can be used, but you got to be careful. It's that Jif stuff. You might have a little bit extra carb count to it. You're going to like that barbecue sauce. I used the last of it today, and I'm starting to crave it. Man, that barbecue sauce is so good. I just started taking 2 or 3 different people's recipes and just kind of mixing it up and making my own. And I said, man, these suck. So I went back to the drawing board and I cut whole entire sections of their recipes out, and I added mine in, liquid smoke, different types of pepper and stuff in it, and seasonings. And I was like, man, this is what I wanted. I didn't want that plain stuff that they're talking about. Oh, this is keto. That don't taste like keto. That tastes like liquid butt. And I made my own, and I was like, all right, now we're good. Now we're talking. And I said, man, that's kind of like a fiery, peppery taste to it. And I was like, man, I'll call this Fat Fire Barbecue Sauce. Why not? That's where I came up with the name. Made in Shreveport, Louisiana. Mamma Mia's pasta sauce. This is from here. Nope, canola oil. So we're at the end of this now. I mean, there ain't too much more. You got nuts and chips and stuff over here. You got the big buckets of pork rinds and stuff. There ain't more to see, honestly. Big buckets of pork rinds you can do. If you're really into the diet sodas and stuff, you can get some of your diet soda and stuff here. I'm not into all that. I mean, every once in a great while, if I want one, I'll have one, but I'm not big into it. You got all your spices, your turmerics and stuff here. This is really beneficial. I'd like to take a lot of turmeric and put in my stuff. And make sure when you get your salt, when you look at the back of it, when you look at the back of your salt, it needs to say found within the Himalayan mountains. If it don't say that and it says it's from like California or something like that, put it back. It ain't real pink salt, and they do that to you and they don't tell you about it. Slap Your Mama seasoning is my favorite. I've been telling people to buy that for years now, and then people are just now starting to catch on. Most seasoning for the most part are okay. You ain't gonna get much out of them though. I mean, y'all, I know y'all want that candy right there, but you can't have it. Not happening. There ain't nothing down here that's keto approved. I mean, this is all junk, treats and snacks and stuff. You don't even want to go down here. Anyway, that's the end of this video, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and tie this up. If y'all have any questions, you can leave it in the comment box. I'm gonna go ahead and close this segment out. And a little bit later, we'll do Albertsons. I'll go by Albertsons before I go home, and I'll do a video there. Y'all take care. God bless. Thank you for watching. Share this video. Share it. Please share it. Hasta la vista. God bless.